Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and today's video is a get ready with me including outfit options. If you want to get ready together, just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I wanted to show you some of my outfit options. Most of these items are going to be from thredUP, which is an online thrift and consignment store that I'm partnering with today. They sell women's and kids clothing and they have over 40,000 brands with new arrivals literally every single day. Also, it makes thrifting really easy because for me, I get really impatient when I go thrifting and I have to sift through clothes. But with thredUP, you can just scroll through and you can categorize by your size and everything. So yeah, let's get into the outfits. First up, we have this fall transition outfit. This blazer is a nice transition piece since it's cropped, but the material is thick so it's still warm, and the leather pants are just a fall staple you need. These were originally from Zara and I saved about $25 getting them from thredUP. Next we have this cute cozy outfit. The top is from one of my favorite stores, And Other Stories. It was originally $119 and it was only $42 on thredUP. The skirt is originally $36 from American Apparel and it was $16 on thredUP. I love the material of this, it's so soft, and because it is kind of short, I paired it with leg warmers for fall. For this next outfit, I paired this black dress with a chain necklace to make it a little more edgy. This dress was originally $60 from Boohoo, but I got it for $10 on thredUP. I like the inside out white stitching it has. It makes the dress look a little more casual and kind of unique. Finally, we have this kimchi blue dress, which is currently one of my favorite dresses. I think the pattern and color are so pretty. It was originally $74, but I got it for $15 on thredUP. I paired it with thigh-high socks and a pearl headband for a princessy look. For an extra 30% off your first thredUP order, use code Jessica or go to the link down below. Now, onto the makeup. I want to try this Becca Light Gleam Primer and Topper. Since we're gonna do a lot of eyeshadow today, I wanted to try a colored base. So first I'm gonna do eyeliner before I do eyeshadow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my favorite CoverGirl eyeliner. This is the Perfect Point Plus liquid liner in Espresso. I've really been into these Club Clio waterproof pencil liners recently. So I got these, actually they sent them to me, but I liked them so much that I ordered extras because they have so many different colors. I was just using the darkest brown one, which is in the shade number 2 brown. But after I ran out, I ordered the number 3 cacao brown and the number 4 maroon brown. You guys know I'm just obsessed with brown eyeliners. I like the cacao brown one because it's more of like a caramelly type of brown. And then for a pop of color today, I wanted to use orange. So we're gonna just line the top of that liner. And then for eyeshadow, I'm gonna use a very warm toned brown. I'm just gonna blend that in. And then taking the orange eyeliner, I'm gonna outline my double eyelid. I'm only lining it to the highest point, and then I'm gonna take that brown liner we used earlier. I'm gonna slightly extend the inner corner. And then for mascara, I'm using the Etude House Lash Permacurl Fix in Plum Burgundy. So usually I use the brown one, but this one's a little bit darker. And I think the reddish tone matches with the orange eyeliner. For lashes, I'm using my collab with Doe lashes. This is in the style Angel Baby Girl. This one has black and brown lashes in it. So I think these are perfect for brown eyeliner looks. And then I'm going to fill in the waterline. I feel like the orange got a little bit lost, so I'm gonna add it back in. I'm blending it in with the cacao liner. So I got these new little hair clips and I'm testing them out for the first time today to see if they actually work. They're supposed to add in volume at the top of your hair, look, but I know they look kind of weird. I hope it works because I always struggle with the volume there. It's for supply sunscreen. So what have you guys been up to? I feel like I haven't done a chit chat get ready with me in a while, and these are my favorite types of videos to film. So for the base makeup, I'm using the NYX Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil, mixing that with the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This adds a more yellow tint. And then I recently rediscovered the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Foundation. It's so sad, but I used to be shade 190 when this first came out. That's when I lived in Florida and I used to tan so easily. But since I moved to California, I've gotten really pale. This is in the shade 130, and I'm just gonna mix that in with the other two, just a little bit, like a tiny little drop. But what I really like about the Fenty Beauty foundation is that it lasts so long. I noticed recently when I've been wearing makeup, especially since I wear a mask everywhere, my base makeup is always gone within a few hours. And you guys know I used to only wear concealer, but there's really no point if you're wearing a mask because the concealer, literally, it just wipes right off. So when I actually want a flawless base, I have to wear foundation now. And I've been testing out a lot of different combinations, and this one has worked really well for me. I recently wore it to a wedding, and by the time I got back, I was like, wow, the base still looks really good. But if you've tried the Fenty Beauty foundation, you'll know that it dries really quickly. So with this foundation, you have to work in small sections. So what I do is I just mix and then do one side, and then I just remix it and then do the other side. I've been super busy lately, which is good, because I feel like last year I spent a lot of time just, I mean, I was depressed, but you know, like I was just sitting around for a long time and I felt like I wasn't doing anything. I feel like the world always does this, and a lot of people I've talked about this with agree with me, but I feel like the universe always throws everything at you at once. It's been like this for the past few weeks with deadlines and stuff. I feel like they always end up getting pushed back, and then they're like supposed to be spaced out, right? And they all get pushed into the span of like 1 to 2 weeks. So I've been super busy with delivery and my doe lashes collab, which is out now. You guys can shop it. I'm just so happy with it, you know? The lashes are short enough where you can wear them with glasses. So I tried wearing them with glasses yesterday and they look so natural. So if you haven't already, remember to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description box so you can see the other style that I made and the entire collection. Next, I'm gonna show you the concealer trick I've been using. So this is the Rose Ink Concealer in LX050, and it's a little bit darker than my base. You can see, can you see? I feel like you can't see it. I'm trying really hard to get around this eyeliner because I don't want to mess it up. I really like the consistency of this concealer. It reminds me a lot of the Too Faced one. It's very creamy, you know, very easy to blend and very full coverage as well. I'm gonna actually use a darker concealer so you can see what I mean. Let's take the shade 090 in the Rose Ink Concealer, and ooh, this is actually quite dark. Might be too dark. Let's just try it. I wanted to try this technique because it conceals your dark circles better because it looks like more natural, you know? Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but recently I've been using a darker concealer on my under eyes and I feel like it looks better, no? What do you guys think? Does it look better or is there no difference? I'm also gonna use that darker concealer on some areas of hyperpigmentation. No, yeah, that definitely looks way better. Oh yeah, I've been doodling a lot. So I kind of want to share it on Instagram, but I feel like people wouldn't be interested in my doodles. So they'd just be like, what is she doing? But I've been really into, I got an iPad. I've been drawing a lot on Procreate and I really like it. Kind of random, but yeah, I've been doodling a lot. It's very therapeutic. Maybe I'll do a draw with me or art therapy video sometime soon. I kind of want to do like a draw with me, but digital art edition. I just don't know how I would film that. I'm using my favorite Hailey's Beauty Retouch Soft Focus Setting Powder. This stuff is really good and it's super affordable. This has been my favorite setting powder lately. It just makes your face look so smooth. Anyway, I'm probably putting too much powder right now. Oopsie. And I'm gonna dust off the baking right away. What else have I been up to? Oh yeah, I have so many Halloween costume ideas this year. Because honestly, this year Asians have been killing it in pop culture. We have so many costumes to pick from. Shang-Chi and Squid Game, which there's so many characters you can dress up in those. And then there's always animes you can pick from, you know? Anime characters are just, I feel like, the easiest character costume ideas. Because in the past, I remember I used to always look up Asian girl cartoon characters that I could do Halloween costumes for, and it was so sad because like there's so little. Like they always just say do Trixie from Fairly Odd Parents. A lot of people have been asking me if I changed my nose contour routine, but actually I just started using a different brush. You can see it's sort of like flat-ish on one side, right? So it helps you get more of a precise line. It's almost like how you use a setting powder on the sides of your nose after, you know, to get more of a sharp line, but this one is just like, it's already a flat line, so you don't really need to be using that setting powder on the sides. And then I'm taking this really large brush from Tarte and just contouring the sides of my face. Yeah, one of the characters that I wanted to try was the bunny girl from Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, the anime. I watched it and I really liked the art style, but it was really hard to get into at first. Like it was really slow at first, but the concept and everything is pretty interesting. It's a very cute anime. Now that we're done contouring, I'm gonna go back to the eyes and show you how I did the underliner. First, I'm gonna take the orange liner and I'm gonna connect it to this line. And then I'm gonna take the maroon liner and just fill into the end. Once I reach the end, I'm gonna extend the liner up. And then take it down. And then take the orange liner again and create a line down here. And then take a lighter brown liner, and then we're basically gonna be making the same color as up here. Using a nude liner, I'm gonna highlight the under eye. And then taking the same eyeshadow on the upper eyelid and using it to blend in down here to create some dimension. And then if the orange got kind of lost, you can just add it back in. More life updates. I got a car. I mean, this has been a long time coming because I can drive, but I just get really anxious doing it. But since I'm in OC now, it's a lot easier to drive here. I think it's mainly because during COVID, I couldn't really go anywhere because I was scared of the drivers having COVID or something, you know? So that's when I was like, okay, I really need to get a car. And so when I moved to OC, I was like, okay, yeah, definitely makes more sense to have a car because I go to LA so often. I go to LA about once or twice a week now, and it's the perfect dose of LA for me. So you guys might know that my blush placement changed recently. I changed it to here instead because that's where my cheekbone is. I feel like I have pretty prominent cheekbones that make me look kind of gaunt sometimes, you know, like kind of haggard. So I've been using blush here, which sort of work to flatten that area. So I'll show you what I mean. For blush, I'm using this new one that I got recently. It's from Romand. It's almost like a bronzer shade, which I really like. I'm putting it right underneath the underliner and then blending it in. So you see the difference? Sort of flattens the area. Next, I'm gonna take my favorite freckle thing. It's the Freck Noir, and then I'm gonna create some fake moles. And then I'm going to do highlighter. So lately, to make my highlighter stand out more on my nose, I first draw on a little dot with a concealer pencil. So you can see it already looks like slightly highlighted compared to the rest of my face. But then after that, you wanna take your highlighter and just apply it right on top. And this makes it super bright and it lasts all day. I really wanted to try these new shimmers I got from 𝐟𝐚𝐤𝐿. These are actually eyeshadows, but I use them as highlighter. I really like this formula. So I'm actually gonna go with, let's go with the shade Wish today. This is called the Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadow. I'm gonna apply it here too. Lastly, let's do our lips. So I'm gonna do, oh my God, I love this. You know when you don't do your makeup for a while and then you just realize how good you look? That's me right now. So let's do lips. I'm gonna use the NYX Natural Lip Pencil. So I've been really loving the ColourPop lip stains, glossy lip stain. This is in the shade Tutti Frutti. I like using a darker shade and then blending it out because then I feel like it lasts longer. So this is the shade it is and it's so pretty, but I want it to be a little bit more muted nude rather than pinky. So I'm applying the gloss shot from Kaja. I'm telling you guys, this is such a pretty shade. It's in number 2 Milk Tea, and it has little bits of shimmer in it. So let me show you. See? It's like a little bit of a lighter pink. I'm gonna take these out now. I hope they worked. Why does it look like I have antennas? Okay, so I feel like that didn't really do much. Like maybe it added a little bit of volume. This is the completed look. Thank you so much for watching and getting ready with me. And thank you again to ThredUp for partnering with me on this video. Remember to use code Jessica for an extra 30% off your first order. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!